Oh, good morning, YouTubers. Probably afternoon for you. It is for me, too. That's why I said good morning. You probably want to know about the meteorites. Yes, I'll tell you about the meteorites right this second. Okay. How to price your meteorite. Let's go further than that, a little bit more expansive than that. How to price any meteorite. I'll show you the steps. You can number them if you want to. Step number 1, obtain a meteorite. Alright, you must have a meteorite in order to call it your meteorite. Okay? You can't go into a museum and say, that's my meteorite. Now, what kind of meteorite do you have? You see, that's your second question. That's question number 2. What kind of meteorite is it? Oh, well, you have 2 major choices. It's either stony, well, 3. Stony, or iron, or stony iron. Now, if it's a stony meteorite, it came through the atmosphere without burning, whatever mass you happen to have in your hand, that's pretty good. It's easier for the iron to get through. What happens is that the dirt chunks, the stony part, they get burned away typically and leaves little gaps, holes, gaping things. I'll show you, I have here one of my meteorite trays. This is here, this just gives you an idea. And let's just start out with something really, really simple that you will actually recognize as a meteorite, and that would be this Sikhot Aline. It's from Russia. Sikhot Aline. This is a beautiful piece because, you don't know this yet, but this cone is worth money, and these thumbprints on here are worth some cash. The fact that this is also prepared by a very famous meteorite preparer, in other words, the surface is protected and all of that. That's why I dare touch it with my hands. It's a particularly gorgeous meteorite, and Sikhot Aline is gorgeous anyway. It's gnarly and voluptuous in many ways. And it's going to weigh about 170, maybe 170 grams. I don't have a scale handy. I don't need one handy because I have most of these marked. This I don't have marked because I use this as an example of what this looks like what you know as a meteorite. There it is. This is what meteorites are supposed to look like, right? That isn't necessarily true. But I'm going to show you how to price this meteorite. But what if you also have one of these? Oh, what the heck darn is this? Well, this is a Gibeonite sphere. It's been lapidaried, or kind of ground down, polished into a sphere. And this sphere is the heaviest little thing. You never find anything on Earth that is as heavy as this is for the amount of volume that it has. It's way heavier than anything else you'd ever touch, including lead. This is even actually deader weight than lead. So they can come to you in natural. This is how it fell, and this is how it landed. This is what it looks like. It is perfectly preserved. Not one single area in here is scarred by the fact that it was exposed to atmosphere. And the reason is because this was picked up within a matter of weeks of its fall. This is another Sikhot Aline that was also picked up within weeks of that fall. This is the first sweep through there, that first sweep through. When they hit that strewn field, these they picked up. They're very early pieces in the collection. This is lapidaried. It is fashioned by a human hand. Well, actually fashioned by a lapidary machine, a grinder. But this is another way of preparing a meteorite. Now, you don't do this to a Sikhot Aline. You do this to a particular meteorite. Let me go on further and grab out for you. Here's a stony meteorite, which is is called an NWA. That's Northwest Africa. They're found in the Sahara Desert. This one is 48.7 grams right here. It's pretty gnarly, and it has on it what's a filmy thing called fusion crust. And that fusion crust, the more fusion crust there is on it, the more it's worth within reason, at certain limits. This particular NWA sells for around $1 a gram. I happen to know that, but that's what my next point is I'm going to tell you. How you price your meteorite is you first have to know what kind of meteorite it is. I have here an example of, here's some GAO, G-A-O, meteorites. Those are lots of fusion crust on those things, but they're small. They're tiny. Again, they sell for about $1 a gram on eBay. Yes, that's where you get your prices, is on eBay. And why? Because eBay is the final arbiter of all human exchange, that's why. It won't always be, but it is right now. Here are two pieces of Canyon Diablo, which is one of the more famous craters that was early on discovered. And so this is, it's pretty nice Canyon Diablo here. It's got really nice features to it. It's got gnarliness to it. And here's another Canyon Diablo. That one's, by the way, 192 grams. This one is 147 grams. Here. Look at that beautiful thumbprint there. That's, wow, it's fun. And it's oriented, which is super neat. It's oriented. So that one is 147. You don't know what oriented means, right? You don't know what a cone is or any of that, or what fusion crust is. You will learn. You'll learn quickly what these things are if you start selling or trading meteorites, because you gotta learn it. You gotta know. So the sphere, this is called Gibeonite from Gibeon, Africa. Africa is not a country. Africa is a continent, and there are many countries in the African continent, and that's one of them. That's where that was found. By the way, the reason that so many meteorites are found in the desert is because it's really easy to spot these dark rocks in the middle of basically almost brilliant whiteness. So you see that it's easy to find things, for instance, in Antarctica, because on a field of ice, there's these comparatively black meteorites. They're really, really easily spotted. Here's something fantastic as a meteorite. This is Allende, big chunks of Allende, huge chunks, which could be sliced up. I think that would be great if they were, but shamanically these are fabulous as they are like this. Now, these guys, they sell for a lot of money. This is what I would do with these is I would go to a professional and have a professional market this for me, because these are worth it. Don't try to market those yourself, in other words. The GAO, of course you can market those yourself. This is Odessa, Texas, a Texas fall. I have these marked at $30 each, just because that's what they're worth to me. You can do that if you like, but you have to consider what the situation is there. This is, here's a little slice here. I don't know if you can see the little slice here of Nakla. That's about $4,600 worth right there. Again, that's such a specialty thing. I would go to a pro and have a pro move it for me, because they've got the market for it. They have the customers for it. You don't. And you're not going to get the customers for that kind of quality on eBay. That's not where they go. So, the idea is this. You take something that's a known thing. Here's my Sikodaline. I know what it's called. I know what it is. So I go to eBay. I look on eBay. Sikodaline. Sikote-ALIN. Sikodaline. Oh, look, about the same size as mine. They seem to be selling for around $400 or $450. Okay. So that's one way to price. Another way to price it is to figure out how many grams it is and compare the gram weights. Adding to that the beauty of the piece. The beauty of the piece counts for something, but not much. In the meteorite field, what it looks like, its presentation value, is everything in terms of its sellability, but it isn't what actually drives the price. The price is driven by the weight. And if there's fusion crust, it adds a little value. If it's oriented, it adds a little value. If there's thumbprints, it adds a little value to it. If it's very gnarly and very sculptural, it adds a lot of value to it, just like a nugget does. A gold nugget, the more gnarly the nugget, the more value to that nugget. The bigger the nugget, the more value to the nugget, and so forth. Same thing with meteorites. They trade kind of like gold and silver in that respect, at least raw gold and raw silver in that respect, because it's a mineral trade. So how you price your meteorites now, for sale or for buying, you're going to come up with a price, no matter what it is, the same price. You're going to buy it and sell it basically at the same price. Meteorites, you're not going to make money buying them and selling them. But you don't want to get out of the meteorite for less than the meteorite is worth. So you have to know what the meteorites are valued at. Making money at this, you got to talk to Bob Haig or somebody like that who has made money at it, made a living at it. And if you don't know who Bob Haig is, H-A-A-G, that's the guy to talk to. All right? To go pro with it. But you're going to have to be there, the first person on that fall. You're going to have to be collecting stones your own self. Get on a plane and go get it. Meteorite just landed in Brazil. Go down there and get it. That's what he does. See, other than that, there's no profit in meteorites. Not really. There's no profit in gold. The longer you hold on to it, the more that curve flattens out, that value curve flattens out. All right, I hope that helps you with your meteorite sales and also with your meteorite purchases. Stay tuned.